From humble beginnings to a life of luxury, American rappers have always celebrated their success in spectacular fashion. Some of their purchases are true works of art, others are simply status symbols, and still others, well, you'll see for yourselves. Today, we'll dive into the world of extravagance and see what the richest rappers spend their fortunes on. We begin with the man who transcended the boundaries of rap to become a global business mogul. Sean Carter, known as Jay-Z, is not just a rapper. He is a billionaire visionary, and his biggest purchases are not just objects, but entire empires. Remember that golden bottle of champagne that appeared in every music video? That's Armand de Brignac, known as Ace of Spades. Jay-Z not only promoted the brand, but in 2014 he bought it outright. Then, in 2021, he sold 50% of his shares to the giant LVMH, and experts valued the entire company at over $600 million. It's not just a bottle, it's an entire vineyard, which he turned from hip-hop symbolism into a lucrative business. But even for a billionaire, money still has to work. Jay-Z and Beyonce go on exotic vacations every year, traveling on a giant super yacht. Such pleasures do not come cheap. Renting such a floating palace, equipped with a swimming pool, jacuzzi, and helicopter landing pad, costs up to $400,000 per week. What about his other passions? Jay-Z is also a well-known art collector. In 2013, he purchased the painting Mecca by his favorite artist, Jean-Michel Basquiat, for a staggering $4.5 million. This symbolizes how far the artist has come, from the streets of New York to conquering the world and spending millions on the works of his childhood idol. When you have millions, you can buy almost anything. A luxury car? Too mundane. A helicopter? Too small. How about your own personal plane? And not just any plane. We're talking about a Boeing 767 owned by none other than Drake. But this isn't just any jet, it's Air Drake. The plane is worth around $80 million, but Drake didn't pay a cent for it. Yes, you heard right. Canadian airline cargo jet simply gave it to him, knowing that having one of the world's most popular artists advertise their brand would be worth much more. Although he didn't have to buy it, maintaining it is quite costly. It is estimated that annual expenses for fuel, maintenance, and crew can range from $2 to $3 million. For most of us, that's the price of a villa. For Drake, it's simply the price of privacy and comfort. His plane is not just a means of transportation, it is a status symbol, showing that he has reached a level where money is no longer a goal, but a tool for realizing even the craziest dreams. That's the definition of life in the fast lane. Literally, just when you think you've seen it all, Lil Uzi Vert enters the scene. This rapper isn't into jewelry that can be put on and taken off. He opted for something that changed him forever. Literally. In 2021, after several years of saving, Lil Uzi Vert bought a natural pink diamond. However, it wasn't a ring or a necklace. He opted for an implant, which he had inserted into his forehead. The cost of this gem? A staggering $24 million. That's more than most mansions cost. It's more than many private jets cost. The rapper himself said that he had been saving up for this diamond. He was at the top and had the courage to wear his fortune in such an unusual way. The whole story ended as surprisingly as it began. After just a few months, the diamond was ripped from his forehead during a performance at a festival. Fortunately, it was recovered, and Lil Uzi Vert underwent surgery to remove the stone. Nevertheless, his diamond episode will forever remain one of the strangest, but also most expensive purchases in history. Kanye West, now known as Ye, is an artist who does nothing on a small scale. His purchases are not just status symbols, but a manifesto of his vision and artistic sensibility. One of his most extravagant cars was the Maybach XLero, worth $8 million. This is not a production model. It is a one-of-a-kind, one-off prototype car built specifically for testing tires. Its futuristic matte design makes it look like a vehicle from the future, which perfectly suits Kanye's artistic soul. In addition to cars, Kanye invests in something that for many rappers is synonymous with escape: land. His Wyoming estate, specifically two properties, Monster Lake Ranch, and Bighorn Mountain Ranch are worth tens of millions of dollars. In total, it is over 9,000 acres of land, which is equivalent to several small towns. Perfectly suits Kanye's artistic soul. These ranches are not just a place to relax. They have become his creative base, where he created his music, organized Sunday services, and planned new architectural projects for his company, Yeezy Home. It is a place where he rediscovered his inspiration, far from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood, surrounded by wild nature.